I'm ZoWilliams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this is gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
ZoWilliams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason. Ladies and gentlemen, turn on my mic. Turn it on, man. Turn on my mic, pimp. I like yelling at you. It's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason is in the building. Dash Radio, Hot Button Radio. That is the station. You know what we do. We come with the craziest, most difficult topics you don't ever want to talk about when you're at home with your significant other. But we will do it for you. All you got to do is sit his or her ornery ass down and turn on the radio. And then let us do what we do. It's really that simple, right? I'm waiting for Whitney to get back from the bathroom. We got VC in the building. Veronica Conway, holla at me, Pimp Stress.
Hello, Pimp Daddy Zoe.
You know,
up,
you
baby?
gotta stop talking to me like that, Veronica. She called me Pimp
no.
Daddy Zoe. Hey, let me tell you right now. Whitney got a cousin in here on the chocolate side of the game. They form a feminine Oreo cookie smash up that's just ridiculous. Whitney is the light-skinned cream, and the cousin is the chocolate outer husk of loveliness. It is going down today.
Yes.
Y'all know I'm a cutter. Whitney, you knew. Did you?
I already knew.
You should have told
I
her.
had to come get one more little Zoe day in before I go on vacay. So, yes, it's Freaky Friday, y'all. You already know. It's Freaky Friday every day for us anyway. So, what can you do?
Nah, but today's topic is crazy. It's crazy because this is something a lot of people deal with, right? And unfortunately, relationships suffer across the board because of this one little problem. Let me tell you what today's topic is. How to get away with murdering fear. A deeper investigation into the potential pitfalls of living in one's comfort zones. Are you dating a comfort zone? Oh, are you married to a comfort zone?
Yikes.
Ooh, do you know how fucking whack it is to date a coping mechanism? Ooh, please protect this wound.
I'm too scared to do
You're
myself.
not a good mate unless you can defend my hurt. Ugh.
I don't know. I'm sitting here like, dang.
Who had
man.
said what? Not what. What? You got to say it with wind.
Yeah.
What?
What?
This show is going to be crazy, man, because there's a lot of people out there struggling with it. True or false? One of the biggest challenges you'll ever face is your fear. How many people are really down with really like having a knockdown, drag out fight with their fears? A lot of people don't want no parts.
Y'all don't even know about it. I could tell you about it. Y'all don't want to even know about it. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's going to be crazy, man. The number to dial is what? You know, we're in another
I don't know,
studio.
I'm about
Jesus,
to post
I'm
it.
confused.
What are we in here, John?
John.
What's popping? 323-230
44, 45.
Voted.
It's 323-230-4445.
Let me change what I was about
So
to
that's
post.
the regular number. 323
230.
230
44, 45.
44 45. You got to say it like an auctioneer, man. Come on.
44, 45.
Exactly.
He sounds like what's the name? Price is Right's homeboy.
Right.
Yeah, this is his nephew.
Rodney.
This is his nephew, bro.
But before we get into the topic, I know I'm setting it up a little bit, but I got to do some acknowledgments. Maurice White just passed. I know you young, Drake loving.
Yeah.
You know, Maurice White is as significant of a loss as Michael Jackson.
Oh.
People don't know that.
I didn't
Writer,
sure.
producer,
For
Earth,
sure.
Wind and Fire, Denise Williams,
Don't break your neck.
The Emotions. Man, this dude, watch, when I play this music,
Okay.
y'all gonna bug out because we got DJ
Oh.
Julian Ramirez in the building.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Can we do Boogie Wonderland?
Man, come on. Come on. You know how much cocaine was sniffed to get into that creative zone?
Well.
Them motherfuckers was on that Peruvian hash. They was in there tripping.
Baby.
But they created some of the greatest music you're ever going to hear anywhere. And a lot of people don't know how Michael Jackson was inspired by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like back in the days, like the young kids still don't really know the significance of MJ. But MJ had some of the greatest concerts in the world. And he would bring in illusionists like David Copperfield, and he would be doing magic and appearing in one area and disappearing. He got all that from Earth, Wind, and Fire. I mean, these guys were off the charts. We got a mega mix, Earth, Wind, and Fire mega mix coming up. It's going to be crazy. Now back to the topic.
Back to the topic.
Are you dating an idea that protects your fears? Are you dating an idea that keeps you in your comfort zone? Let me tell you, I got crazy questions. Let me hit you with this one.
Okay.
This is what people don't understand about them damn comfort zones.
Let me know, because
Are comfort zones related to the pursuit of trust in relationship? This is ugly. Because so many people want to trust because I need something predictable.
Yeah.
Listen, everything predictable is inside your comfort zone. When you start learning is when you're outside the comfort zone. So is trust the enemy?
Man, you just gonna slap them like that on for Friday?
Who had said
This is what? What? Man. Well, can I just speak on my own personal comfort zoneness?
Comfort zoneness is, you know, Jesus.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, I mean, I obviously was married, whoop-de-whoop, blah, 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 comfort zone-ish, and then got completely out of the comfort zone. This like as far out of the comfort zone as you can possibly imagine. And so I've been single for, X amount of years, met somebody I liked, right? Met this person, very comfortable, got his stuff together, calm, cool, collected dude. Me and him start kind of doing our thing. We're whoop-de-whoop, this and the other. But I knew from the jump, this could never be a real situation. But we start, messing around. We're hooking up. We're eating out. We're working out. We do everything that a couple does. Everything that a couple does. We're like best friends. My friends were like, my homegirls had to hit me and be like, hey, you need to stop with this, F-buddy or whatever you all call him today. And I said, why? And they said, because he's too comfortable for you. He's too comfortable. And you don't want nothing else to do with him. And that's what I told them. I told them straight up. Like, I literally told them, I like messing with him because it's comfortable. It's easy. I can admit to that. So all last year, I had me a little, I had me a little easy love situation. And yeah, it was because it was like I've been single. I kind of think I might want a relationship. So let me test the water with this little comfortable ass nigga. So let me comfortable him. I ain't gonna, I speak the truth now, y'all.
Who's guilty of it? 323-230-4445.
Yeah. So that, all last year I was comfortable with the, it was a good situation, but I know I'm not going to find the alpha, the omega, that one. You can't find him if you sitting in the comfort zone. You know people don't want comfort food anyway either. It makes you fat.
Comfort food.
Comfort love makes you fat.
Comfort relationships. Are they related?
Hell yeah. Me and that fool kept eating out and Netflixing and chilling. We were so comfortable. I'm like, hold on.
Veronica, speak on it, pimpstress. What is going on with the pursuit of comfort? Why is it so difficult to get out of your comfort zone? Talk on it.
Well, I think that every comfort zone actually comes from fear. In other words, every layer of a comfort zone is a layer of fear. So as you bust through fear, then your comfort zone expands, right? So when you think about a relationship, it's like if I bust through my fear that I can't have the relationship that I really want and desire and crave, then once you bust through that, I mean, when I say bust through it, I mean deeply bust through it. I mean, I'll talk about it maybe a little bit later, but I've busted through some major fear zones with kind of 3 different technologies, but every single one of them it automatically up-leveled me into the next level of money, the next level of career, the next level of relationship, the next level of, like, every time you bust through it, you up-level. But the problem is
I
that
like when you say bust through
it. When we square off with fear and we look at dead in its eyes, we think we're going to die if we confront it.
Wow.
Well, keep going,
yeah.
VC. You're speaking to me.
You got her all riled up. Just go ahead, finish, Veronica. We'll get back to
I'm sipping my tea. I'm sipping my tea.
And so we can always look at it in terms of, so comfort zone by definition means that we're not expanding into what we're capable of. And everything that we're not capable of is a result of fear. Because we know what we're capable of, we sense it, we get a glimpse of it, but we lay it on the table. And here's the sneaky thing. It doesn't look like fear. It just looks like avoidance.
Man.
That's ugly.
It's ugly.
Go ahead, Whitney.
What I was going to say was everything that Veronica's saying is so 100% true. And the funny thing is, people are like, oh, well, you're scared to find the one or you're scared of the dude. No, I literally hopped into a comfort zone relationship situation last year because I am scared that I still haven't learned enough to trust myself.
But that's my point.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm like,
girl.
let me just eat. Like, I need some training wheels.
Let me just say.
Let me warm up to what I want.
Exactly.
Let me test.
Most people are afraid of the one.
I'm kind of scared to find him.
This is some real. Hey, listen. Let me hit you with this.
Okay.
My homeboy, the 14th Dalai Lama.
That's my nigga.
That's the homie. That's the homie from the Himalayas.
Holla.
The player from the Himalayas.
The player from the Himalayas.
Let me just tell you. He said, take into account that great love and great achievements involve great risk.
Yes.
No, listen.
Absolutely.
When I tell you,
absolutely,
motherfuckers don't want to risk nothing. They want a Linus blanket relationship. They want to date coping mechanisms. They don't want to date the revolution, or in this case, the evolution. They don't want to date the evolution. Again, okay, I'm going to stop.
Keep going.
The phone lines are already
on fire.
Bananas.
Can I add one thing to that?
Sure. Okay, right.
I read, there's a great book out there called Jitterbug Perfume, and it's a novel, but it's by Tom Robbins. It's amazing. And one of the things that he said is that illumination can only be found by putting everything in jeopardy.
Wow.
That has guided my entire life.
Wow.
Ain't nobody gonna do that. You know how many scary motherfucking lemurs we got out here?
Oh, yeah, I'm a little lemur over here, leaning around.
Lemur.
So can I just introduce my cousin to everybody, the Voice of Reason listeners? This is my cousin Tiara. She just got home from Afghanistan. She is an Army. You a vet, you in it. She's still in it. So she came to visit for the weekend. So I'm excited. But she got a mouth just like me. So she want to talk. So
we got
there's a whole family of us. Y'all, yeah, don't try to say anything at family
right.
dinner. Like, I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
But she wants to speak on the topic. What's up, TT?
Yes. Hey, everyone. So I personally feel like, if people aren't willing to deal with the pain of the past, they'll never be able to step out to achieve the unknown. And I think that so many people have desire to achieve, hey, I've always wanted this, but I'm in my comfort zone like you speak of, and that I really do want to pursue happiness and I want to pursue things limitless. I don't want to limit myself, but I just want to go for it. But I think that sometimes we're too afraid to actually deal with the things that we've, gone through. And it's like, well, you can't expect something different. You can't expect that, the outcome will be any different if you really didn't learn. Sometimes you're in a situation where it's like, okay, I acknowledge it, but I'm not really learning. Like my mom used to tell me, girl, I know you hear me, but you're not listening. And I think that is the problem. It's great that people want to take risks. And I personally feel like most of the time, it's like, well, this is the type of man I want. He got to look like this. He has to dress like this. He has to, these are his characteristics. I find that most women who get married don't marry this quote unquote, man that I wrote out. I wrote all this stuff that my man has to have. And I didn't even marry a man. I said, I need me a light skinned dude. I need him to have that good hair so I can have kids that have good hair. I married a Nigerian man. He's fine.
Don't say green eyes. He gonna get you.
Yes, but it's like I didn't even marry what I told myself. Look, this is what he has to be like. Because half the time we don't even know what we want. We just out here trying to function.
You feel me?
We out here trying to function.
You feel me? Hey.
Let me just say this before I go to the phone lines really quickly. This shit is crazy. I mean, it's really crazy. But there is a rite in the Catholic Church. They have a rite of exorcism. This is crazy because a lot of people need to exercise these fears, right? But this is real shit right here. A lot of motherfuckers got a little Linda Blairs in them, just tripping. But let me just say, one of those rites, in order to exorcise the demon out, you've got to name the demon.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, Shakonic way. What's going to be mine?
You feel me? Like the priest has to make the demon give him his name. Yeah. Right? This is why you see in those exorcism movies, tell me your name. No, I'm nobody. Right? The same shit has to happen. You've got to name the fear.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are avoiding the investigation that leads to the revelation of the name of the fear.
Amen, brother.
Hallelujah.
Take it down.
I'm just saying, this is some real shit.
That is real.
And this is part of relationship. I keep telling people, if you think relationship is a haven for hoes, you're wrong. It's not a safe haven. Your fears are the hoes that are tricking and pimping you.
Pimping.
Right? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, you the John, the fear is the prostitute. You get prostituted by your fears. This is some bullshit. Look, I'm about to take a quick break.
Okay.
I want to take this break, and then when I come back, the phone lines is going to be crazy. I'm going right to the callers. Callers, when I come to you, your city, your name, and your top 2 fears.
And your fear.
I know you scared.
This is safe.
I'm calling everybody bitch ass motherfucker. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just say it. I mean,
it's cool. I said mine. Look, I got one. I probably got a 17 more, but
right. Fear of separation.
Ooh.
Fear of death. Ego death. Fear of failure.
There it is.
What is your fear and how is it possessing your relationship? 323-230-4445. ZoWilliams, the voice of reason, taking a quick break. Julian Ramirez. Let's get that Earth, Wind, and Fire mega mix, pimp. Yeah, man.
I just thought I was at a family reunion.
Are you crazy?
That was amazing.
DJ Julian Ramirez. What is going on?
It's Friday. That felt so good.
Veronica, are you there? Did you?
VC's still dancing. I can see her.
VC was somewhere centipeding and popping.
Pop locking. She
doing
was
the robot. But do you hear all those hits?
Good.
Bangers.
Listen.
So good. They killed it, man.
Greatest
real
group ever.
music.
Greatest group ever. I mean, there's a lot of groups, but that's the greatest group ever.
Yeah, they
Musical proficient, lyrics. Listen, 1974, they did a record called Fantasy. Now, this lady comes out of nowhere. What's her name? Byrne? Whoever. What's the author's name who wrote The Secret?
I don't know.
Veronica, do you know who that is?
Rhonda Byrne.
Rhonda Byrne, right? Go look up the lyrics to Fantasy, 1974.
Okay.
It's the law of attraction.
Oh.
Y'all think I'm bullshitting. You got fantasy right now? Pimp.
Pimp. We need pimp down. We need a...
No,
we need a baby.
because this factors into the topic.
We got
Man,
it.
play this real quick. This is Fantasy, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Turn the shit up.
Oh my.
What?
Crazy.
That's the law of attraction.
That is crazy.
Come on.
What was the line he said?
Many lives in search of you, that one?
Man,
You
many
will find
lives.
other kinds that have been in search of you.
Recognize it's your life now in review.
What?
What?
Who's writing lyrics like that today?
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Yeah, that's just not doing it for me.
I'm just going to tell you, music is a spell.
It is.
And you can see the vibration of the people, of our folk back then. Real music, real passion, and something really substantive to say. Like, you can listen to that today, and if you really understood what the song was saying, how you going to be pissed off? What you going to be scared of after you heard that and you understood it?
Till the 12th of never, man. We're doing this till the 12th of never.
Veronica, you remember that record, don't you?
Oh, God, it was so good, and it was so dreamy. And the thing is I feel like the musicians that were, whether it's Stevie or anybody in these previous generations, they were radical, they were soulful, they were political, and they fucking told the truth. And they weren't pushing all this bullshit into people's ears about bitch hoe, they just weren't. They were actually singing about something that was aspirational and it was uplifting, but they were still political. And I think we are missing that today.
And the love, like the closest love song.
Love.
Can I say that the closest love song I think last year was probably that Fetty Wap song, I want you to be mine again, baby. That's literally the love song. Girls like, I can't believe he sang Fetty Wap to me, girl. I'm taking him back. Like, no, come on, ladies.
Nah, this is real business right here. I mean, just off of that small little mix, you heard the hits, and you can hear the significance of the loss of Maurice White. I mean, I know Steve Harvey somewhere crying. Steve Harvey in the fetal position. He might not come out to do his radio for 3 weeks. See? Because that's his guy. I mean, Earth, Wind, and Fire, that's his group.
Yeah.
I mean, man. Anyway, back to our topic on your comfort zone. They couldn't have been in the comfort zone making that music. Them motherfuckers was out on a limb for real. You feel me?
Right, you're always in harm's way, man, when you're in the creative act.
God, you always in harm's way when you're in the creative act. Yep, I was in harm's way when I made my last baby. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Today's topic. We're going to teach you how to get out your comfort zone. The number to dial is 323-230-4445. I want to hear it. Your city, your name, and the top 2 fears that are plaguing you and your intimate relationships. Do you feel depressed when your partner is away? That's a fear. Yeah. Do you try to control your partner in any way? Control? Fear is at the root of control. Oh, damn. Ooh. Somebody call in and tell the truth. Listen, this is a truthful show. You call in here and you lie, I'm going to hang up. gonna reverse dial you for the rest of the night.
Yep.
Just calling and hanging up on you.
Pranking you.
All right.
Wow.
We gonna fuck with you.
Yep.
So you call in lying, you know I'm gonna know.
Got it.
All right. 323-230-4445, the voice of reason on Hot Button Radio. Today's topic, escaping from the dreaded comfort zone. Let's get into it, man. How to get away with murdering fear. Let's go to line 2. We've got Love to Live, Richmond. Speak on it.
What's up, Joe?
What's happening, pimp?
Ain't too much, bro. Ain't too much, man. Let's be honest for a minute, like I always do with my quotes when I tweet you, man.
Mm-hmm.
The only real true fear in a relationship is this one right here. You are afraid that your significant other will find something better than you.
True.
That's it.
True. That's a real fear.
That's the only fear I ever have.
That's a real fear.
Because I know me, and I do all I can when I'm in a relationship.
Let me just be honest with you, bro. Let me be honest with you.
Someone better.
Let me be honest with you. This is why I don't teach the girls I'm with nothing. Because my biggest fear is that they gonna take all that I taught them
And give it to somebody.
and give it to some low-level motherfucker and raise him up with my knowledge. Hell to the no.
Hilarious. God damn, so.
Rewind.
And there it is.
I don't teach nothing.
Y'all been zodified.
You understand?
So,
I give them a book with a sentence. Every other sentence is missing.
You gotta figure it out.
Don't let me go in on this.
That's
right here.
funny
Let
as
me
hell.
Go
So.
in
I'm
on
just
this
joking.
right here.
I'm just joking. That's a joke. It's not real.
no, I understand. Like you always say on the 5150 show, every woman is beautiful.
Every woman is.
Word.
Well,
That's why you don't teach them nothing, because you know if you taught them something, then they wouldn't be beautiful no more.
ooh. Man, get off my line with this crap. Nah, I appreciate the call, man. Good looking, brother. That was good information. Love to Live brought Richmond into the building. If you want to bring your city into the building, all you got to do is get to the phone lines, 323-230-4445. We've got people on the line. It's crazy. I want to hear your top 2 fears. I didn't get his because he was on my shit.
Yep.
Fear's
Let's
not
get-
being enough.
Oh, yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
No, I just told you what he was saying.
I want to come back to
Told
that
you she got
topic a
mouth.
little later, though. I want to come back to that.
For
please.
sure.
Because it sounds like it's not a fear of somebody else. It's a fear of yourself. If you're comfortable with yourself, then I'm not afraid you're going to find something better because I know that I am enough.
I am.
You're not
good.
going nowhere. You ain't going to find nothing better.
Go ahead.
And if
Bye,
he
Felicia.
is, bye.
Bye, Felipe. Whatever your name is. Felicia, Felipe, y'all can all go.
Well,
Bye.
here's the curveball to that.
Ooh, where the curve at?
You can't
Wait, can I jump in now? please?
after I set you up.
Okay.
Wow. A little tail wagging over there, isn't it? No, but I'm saying you can't find any better until you fix you. See, people be leaving relationships thinking they're going to get a better deal, but you still the same person. You can't find any better. You can't get any better until you get better. Veronica? Now, come on in. Speak.
Yeah, so I will, and I'll give a little caveat to that. You will find your right mate when you become the right mate, but it takes so much deconstruction of yourself to do that. But I will say this about the fear about the other finding another, a better. In other words, one of the things, so watch this. Ooh, let me say this and still be loved.
That's why your music is on. Say it.
One of the things that jams us the fuck up is pretending that we are a dam and not a river. And when we understand that we are a river, then we don't have to withhold anything from the people that we come into contact with. We can just let that flow, because we understand that we have something that replenishes us all the time. And it's actually, you'll jam up if you withhold. And so I know that early in my relationships, I got wounded and I said, well, all these niggas coming in my space and they just get all this like phenomena and pussy and all of their whole lives change. And then when I got disappointed, I would start to like withhold. But I realized that's not the point. The point of your gift is to be a river and to let it flow and let it fall where they may. And understand that as you do that, the thing may not come back from that person. It may come back from another place in the universe. It's not yours to judge or to dam up. And when I learned that, then I stopped.
Wait. Hold
jamming
on.
myself up I stopped jamming myself up.
You just said something very heavy, something very profound, and we need to go back and put that into a nugget. Are you telling me withholding, whether it's sex, affection, attention, are you telling me with money, whatever?
Child support,
are you telling
anything.
me?
I don't care.
Let me frame it.
Yeah.
Let me frame it, Boo.
Yep.
Are you telling me that is a form of fear? Withholding anything is a form of fear?
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Wow.
Whatever you are functionally withholding will stop arriving to you. So you start withholding money, you'll be broke. You withhold love, you'll be fucking unloved. You withhold anything. You withhold your gifts, your attention, your whatever. I promise you, you'll receive it back in kind. So when I learned to stop withholding, it set me free because I wasn't worried about tit for tat, when's it going to come back to me? Everything is an ocean, especially for a woman. Women are ocean. But when we, and men are too, but when we start to jam up, we will experience the exact karmic effect of that which we are withholding, whatever it is, especially around money. If you withhold it around your babies and all the chops, I promise you just keep getting broker.
Wow.
All of it. That's what happens.
Wow.
By law.
Whitney's little chocolate cousin bear would like to
She's a
respond.
little chocolate tittygram.
She is. I can see the crumbliness around it. Yes.
I'm saying, I think there's different facets to that because I think that the problem nowadays, I think the difference then, back then that we're talking about, the love aspect, I think the image of love is completely different. And so I think back then it was more of you get married, it's tough love, you stick it out. You don't just, something happens and, I'm getting a divorce. Through thick and thin, I felt like, relationships back in the day, it's tough love. It may hurt sometimes, but now we're so quick to get out of it. Or now we're so quick to give boyfriends the husband treatment, and then my mom used to say, well, if he already has the cow, why he going out and buying anything else? We already given him.
I don't need no milk. I got cheese.
Right.
I got milk.
I got the buffet.
We got Gouda. We got Swiss. We got all kinds of we got cheese on deck. Cheese whiz. It's nothing. What's up, John?
Okay, John.
All right. Another thing that they did with divorce is they started putting in TV shows and they started putting in our culture and they made it normal.
That's right. Well, that's true.
One thing I was going to also add to the conversation was love in kids' eyes. You know how they edit songs, right? If the word fuck, I say it all the time. If that's in a song, they replace it with love. Yeah, that's so the edited version is, I'm going to love you back to sleep, girl. But the real words,
I'm going to fuck the Kool-Aid out you.
You know what I'm saying? So honestly, kids think that is love. I just got to open up to this cowboy, whoop-de-whoop, and get it popping.
Open up to a little cowboy, huh?
Good or done, cowboy. And then, he loves me because we smash on the reg. Yeah, no. Wow. Sorry, boo.
Listen, the phone lines are open. I want to hear from some of our callers. Hassan is on line 3. He's calling from Orange County.
Okay.
Line 3, Hassan, get up in here. Mm-hmm. Hassan, what's happening?
It's you. Hassan,
are you on the line?
He breathing, all right. Hassan.
3.
Don't be scared of us, boo.
2.
I might bite. It might be nice.
1.
Okay.
Hassan's a Muslim. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Line 5. Let's get over here and get Miss Lips into the building.
My girl.
Phoenix.
Okay, Miss Lips.
What's up, y'all?
What's happening, Pam? Stress.
What's up? Man, R.I.P. Maurice White. What is his name?
Maurice. It's cool.
Maurice.
In the hood, that's what they call him.
Yeah, right? Wow, we're talking about pussy fear. What are we talking about?
your comfort zone. So your relationship fears. What are you scared of? Why are you not,
That must be your fear.
Right?
Pussy fear.
I can't let that slide.
My fear is that I lose my skills, like reading and like my sexual fears, like my skills sexually. And my second one is that I meet a nigga like myself.
Wow. Well, it's coming.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming. He's on his way.
Right.
He's sliding in your DMs as we speak, girl.
Right. That motherfucker got the AM PM down the block. Like, yeah. She's Miss Lips. I'm Miss Dick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm open-minded to that shit right about now. But,
Can you elaborate on the first one, though? You lose your skills.
Yeah.
Why is that your...
I'm sorry?
Can you elaborate on the first fear that you said? You said you.
Well, if I lose my skill as far as reading people,
I see what you mean.
Like,
I thought you meant reading books.
No, she's talking about like reading people, like discerning.
Reading, like, like learning that person's behavior, that person knowing it.
Right.
I found some different skills.
You can read people's past off them just looking at them. You can tell that they're hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that they've been battered. You can tell their mama ain't been there, their daddy ain't been there, you know.
Yep.
But my fear is that I will lose control of myself.
Gotcha.
You understand me?
But see, you're saying something very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We live in a fear-based society.
Yeah.
Okay? We live in a fear-based society, and it's important that people understand that fear is being used as a motivational tool for us to function, quote unquote, normally. Right? You have a fear of losing your job because you're going to lose your place, or because you're going to lose your woman, or you understand? Fear is used to keep you in line in this motherfucker. Please don't get that twisted. Right?
Pick me. There's another thing I have to say. Pick me.
Oh yeah, it's a big fear is my shit'll dry up. Like my pussy gonna be as wet. You know, that's a huge fear, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
H2O, girl.
I used to change my great grandma, and she was like in her 80s, and her pussy was still wet. I used to be like, yo, I'm gonna be like her when I get old. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God!
All right, for the grandma then.
Okay, Miss.
Go ahead, grandma.
80-year-old wet pussy. Listen.
Shout out to grandma.
I'm scared to the moon.
Some good shit, man.
Come on, boy. I want you to put that swipe in me, but
Norman from down the hall is gonna slide in something. I don't think they got DMs anymore in the retirement home.
Condom now because I get a urine infection.
All
right, we
real quick, right?
They're the worst visuals in my head, so thank you.
All right, we're good. Listen, thank you, Miss Lips, for the call. I really appreciate it.
Always a great time when Miss Lips calls. Man.
Love y'all.
Love you.
Can I speak to one thing that she said?
Yeah, of course, Veronica.
Yeah. So let me put out an all points bulletin, an APB for all women out there in the space. Your nature is to lose control. You just have to find men that are qualified to stand witness with you when you do it. It is not meant for you. It is not in your nature to be controlling. And when you do, then you end up having to effort more hard and you become masculine. It's all these things. You become manipulative. It's all these things that happen. By definition, you are, and especially through sex, you are meant to lose control. And the more that if you find a man that's capable of taking you into that space and actually witnessing you instead of judging you or playing you or whatever, then you can stop trying to manipulate your way to what you want, and you can start manifesting it out of your womb. That's how this shit works. And I think that one of the things that women come to find is it's because they've dealt in an unenlightened planet with unconscious men, for the most part. They have no idea what it means to actually experience the fullness of manifesting things out of their loss of control and their surrender, and not out of their manipulation. That is to all women out there.
You know women love to manipulate. You know that. That's y'all get down.
That's a fucking survival mechanism.
Hell to the no.
I agree.
An insane planet. It's a survival mechanism because we're on an insane planet.
And women are the craziest. Y'all motherfuckers done mastered crazy.
They've been driven insane by the conditions on this planet, which men have responsibility for co-creating.
Oh, so now it's the blame game, huh? Tit for tat.
No, I said co-creating. I said co-creating.
Okay, cool. Well, women are more powerful than men. Now,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on to the next one.
I like that.
Let's get. You know what I want to do?
What you want to do?
We've got callers on the line.
Hella callers.
But I want to hear from some ladies because Veronica drops heavy bombs, and we should have been playing some of
Bombs
her
Over
special,
Baghdad?
Yeah, some of her special music behind her. You guys really don't know. I sent Veronica a text message today of an email that I got from a fan whose life is changed by some of the revolutionary ideas and thoughts that Veronica lays out. Veronica's not a game, right? She's not a game. I'm only making it funny around her. This is a powerful reservoir of information.
Oh, yeah.
And she can change many people who are listening. She can change their lives. But we got to take a break. But what I want to do is let Julian Ramirez give us the Earth, Wind, and Fire Mega Mix Slow Jam side of the game. You know how many babies? You know how many?
Lots of babies.
You know how many non-pull-out factors was going on when some of this music? I'm not coming out. Reasons, the reasons that are best.
Oh my gosh, the Zoe mix.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, it's going down in the town. Julian Ramirez, take us out. We'll be back at 2.2. Get to your phone lines, 323-230-4445. Two Fears. I want to hear from you. We'll be back. Man, oh man, it's Shevitz. Jeez. Julian Ramirez on the Earth, Wind, and Fire Mega Mix.
Killing it.
Man, just all those records mean something, man. It's, and listen, let's just call it what it is. Spade to spade. America is a racist society, right? Spade to spade. So those records have meaning in every black hood, every picnic, every barbecue, every family get together. Those records, but here's the cold part about those records. Yeah, they mean a lot to black folk. But they mean, this is what black folk is not recognizing. Those are universal records that are meaning some shit to white folk, Asian folk, Spanish. I mean, there's people all over the world. That music just didn't stay in our hood at our barbecue and at our picnics. That music went everywhere. For instance, there was this white kid. Well, he's not a kid. He's older than everybody in here put together, I think. But he heard the first record. And he came in here and he says, "Oh, you doing an Earth, Wind, and Fire mix?" And he just went and stood next to the door and was like, I'm about to soak all this love up because he understood the significance of Maurice White. And all of those records, man, when you listen to the feeling, and it's music that was made with love. Have you ever eaten food that's made with love? It's a whole nother kind of feeling, right? It's a whole nother kind of experience, right? And when you have that kind of stuff, I mean, some of those songs have ministered to people, when they're in a bad space. What's that record that they have, After the Love Is Gone? Play it right now. I like throwing the DJ off like that.
All day.
After the Love Is Gone. That's a record that'll grow your ass up.
Grow up.
At the end of a relationship, that's a record that'll make you go, well, shit, damn. It's just part of life.
Touches the soul.
Turn it up a little bit. Let's go.
Let's have a little soul break.
Ladies and gentlemen, ZoWilliams, the voice of reason, back in the building. I just had to play a little of it just to... That record will minister to somebody who just broke up. Do you understand? That record will help you face a separation anxiety fear. A lot of people got separation anxiety.
No, for sure.
Breaking up with your boyfriend reminds you of your daddy walking out. Ooh. Yeah. And when you ain't got nobody to talk to, and you can turn to music, that ministers to, man, that's a whole nother level of entertainment. Let me just do this really quick. Let me tell you who's all in the building right now. We got Whitney Taber.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
She's in the building.
Yeah.
We got Whitney's cousin,
Tiara
in the building. The chocolate to the Oreo cookie that makes that cousin.
Miss Army vet.
Right. We got Veronica Conway in the building. Well, she's not in the building. She's on the phone.
She's floating over us. Unicorn Pegasus.
Yes, the Unicorn Pegasus floating above us. Veronica Conway.
You guys are crazy.
No, it's real talk. Though.
It's so real.
It's just like this is a real situation if you're serious about it. And in the background, her theme music plays. Just joining the voice of reason on Hot Button Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Rita G just rolled up in this piece. What?
I love it.
Hi, Veronica.
Yeah.
So nice to be here. I want to shout out to all the listeners, and you guys keep me in the loop with the tweets, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Man.
Rita G
in the building. You already know how she gets down.
She's so pretty.
I'm just mad.
I had a crush. Can I just confess a crush right now? I had when this video came out, and you can't really see your face. Flashing Lights video, by the way, for people who don't know, Rita G is the thick, beautiful, amazing, long hair, don't care, booty, perfect, walking in the desert to kill Kanye.
She's gorgeous.
It's like the video itself, everything about the video to me, just like, oh my gosh, this is so dope. I want to be this woman. And I got to meet you in real life. Kind of cool.
So, welcome to the Voice of Reason.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm a little scraped because you come up in here all professional and shit with the little jean shirt on, ready to drop jewels.
Hair on point.
You feel me?
Yep.
But on Tuesday, came to the 5150 show with me and Corey Holcomb with them little things was out.
Okay.
Them little midgets was like, hey.
You know the problem is, a lot of my shirts won't button right here.
I was just talking about it.
We get it.
I thought this was going to be classic.
No, don't worry about it.
The way fashion works is like the more flat-chested you are, the better.
Right.
Yeah, it's whack.
So Zoe purports a certain type of energy. I get it, right? You come in like, oh, I have to be.
Yeah, Zoe got so much titties in here.
Yeah, I got to bring my intellectual.
But when I tell you, it's 3 girls and 6 titties in this motherfucker.
They're not normal. These are big titties.
I know.
I'm telling you, this is the mammary merry-go-round in this motherfucker right now.
So his mouth is watering and everything. John over here just staring. John, quit it.
John is like,
is it cold in here,
I'll be
John?
using these
The more
memories.
titties, the better.
John's like, I'll be using these memories later.
Oh my God. John's Googling flashing lights like, oh, snap. Yep. That's them right there.
So let me just ask you really quickly.
Yes.
Fear. What are your top 2 fears? And how do you get out of your comfort zone?
Well, I mean, for example, a lot of the things that we say on here and that we're talking about is so deep. You know what I mean? It's really, really deep stuff. And everybody is so deep until the test comes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like there's always a test before any type of advancement in life. That's just how life is. Any type of growth or internal advancement, there's always a test. And it's like when you have all this information and all this knowledge, and you can't just have the information just to have it. If you have the information and you're not operating from it, the game is gonna spank you. You're gonna get taxed for that. You know what I'm saying? So, and you're not gonna grow. And the same thing is gonna keep replaying itself in different ways until you learn, deal with it. And
and I agree with you, but I also, now we got 2 unicorns. But I also say, before you even can get to that stage of it, we have to recognize that the majority of people are very comfortable with letting their fears lead.
Exactly.
So they don't even know what you're talking about right now. They're like, what? Right? Oh, not to say that it's invalid, because there are people who are comfortable with knowing just enough to not be fully responsible.
Exactly, because once you know, now you're accountable for what you know.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be held responsible. I can't ever act less than what I know.
Right.
Or else the consequences is going to come back on me a lot faster than somebody who doesn't know, because ignorance is bliss. Even the Bible says for a person, it's better for a person to never know at all than to know and not do.
Right. But see, this goes back to Whitney. How many people can see the necessary challenge and lesson coming in the form of a relationship and avoid it and put it off as long as possible?
Oh yeah. And it's excuse after excuse. It's because, well, he wasn't ready, or I was in the wrong time of my life. Well, God, I'm going to wait for God to bring him to me. Let me just keep going to church and I'll just wait for, you know what I mean? It's
God
always
did bring him to you.
You know what? Everybody wants to put it on the back burner, when realistically, if you want to eat, you better put it on the front burner and just grill it up, player. You feel me? I'm hungry. Okay.
Veronica, get in here.
Yeah. So what actually happens is we enter into relationships, and then we get burned by our own internal belief systems and fears. And then before we take the time to heal, we enter into new relationships, and we don't bother to do the excavation to recalibrate why we got into that relationship in the first place. So it's not even that we put them on the front burner, we put ourselves on the back burner. And so we're never whole and healthy enough to even enter into the space with any clarity. And so, especially as Black folks, because the DNA of our relating is so polluted from slavery, from white supremacy. It's so dysfunctional as a function
to
of
hating ass niggas. Don't forget them.
But there's a larger context that creates the environment. But we have to stop and take a pause at some point and say, who are we? Where are we? What does it take to actually be whole enough to engage again and find somebody that makes some fucking sense for me? But we have to stop and do that.
Wow.
But you have to stop.
Wow.
You can't go. You can't be like gas. You got to be like, stop, break.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm about to go to the phone lines. The phones are just still ringing. We're going to get there right now. Let's go to line 5. Rod from Florida. Get at us, Rod. What's happening, Pam?
Hey, hello to everybody in the...
Hi, Rod.
What up?
Oh, and Tiara, is it the color name with me?
Yes.
Tiara, she bad, dog.
Tiara, you sound like the smartest army girl I've never heard in my life, man.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
One more time.
You sound like the smartest army girl I've ever heard in my life.
Smartest army girl
So you
you've
said
ever heard.
army girls are dumb. Yeah. Okay, that's what I
It's
got.
always such a hater.
That's what I caught. I caught
okay.
that.
No,
Good looking, Ron. I appreciate that, Rod. Just speak your truth.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
He ain't got no damn fear. You the smartest army girl I've ever heard. Most of them dumb. I love it. Go ahead, Rod. Speak on it, PM.
But yeah, to comment on the topic, man, I set out your book. I started reading it, and I hadn't finished it yet. But what I want to say about fear is that I'm wondering, like, one of my fears is have I spent too much time with a cornerstone or a stepping stone?
Ooh.
And it goes for both ways, me and her.
Hey, well, speaking of that, I have the book right here, PM. And that cornerstone, stepping stone is a real situation. Now, I'm going to tell you something about how the book deals with cornerstones and stepping stones. All relationships are about the discharge of information, right? You are sending out what I call an information packet or a type of self-curriculum for your partner, but you're also simultaneously receiving this information packet or self-curriculum for yourself. Now, what you don't like about your partner really has to do with the trigger within you that gets set off when the person is in your presence. It doesn't have to do with the end result of, oh, I don't like that. It has to do with, why does this trigger me? And when you center on the trigger and understand why the trigger exists, then you can easily transition from cornerstone relationships. What does that mean? Cornerstone relationships aren't in your life forever. You know, you've had those relationships that were, burned like a supernova, hot and heavy, real quick. But there was an exchange there. You have to say, well, what reflections did I get back from this person that made this experience meaningful and necessary? Right? Most people are not even looking for what's meaningful and necessary in the interaction. They're just looking to satiate some desire, physical, emotional, mental, right? They don't understand that the spiritual is always in effect. Always. And there's a real meaning for every situation. There are no accidents in the universe.
Nope.
And it wasn't just to fuck. It wasn't just to share, a cup of tea somewhere. It's more than that. And when you start looking at, wow, this, let me give you a perfect example. I'm coaching a business guy right now. Veronica, you know who I'm talking about. This young kid got a business. And I'm coaching him. We blew his ass up on one of my other radio programs, but he couldn't handle it. He was overwhelmed by success. And what I did was chronicle every fear that overwhelm brought to him. A fear of succeeding.
Oh, yeah.
So we had to drill down on that.
I got a little of that.
Right? So I just started going in on all. This is what happens in relationships. Sometimes you got to be in the relationship to have what is wrong with you exposed.
That's good.
That's real.
This is why the stepping stone relationships are valuable. But after you get what you're supposed to get from that situation,
you're gonna shake.
Then typically the relationship has nothing else to give you. And that's both ways. That's bi-directionally. That's both ways. And then it's like, okay, we move apart. Now the cornerstone relationship is a little bit different. That's some shit where you're learning from this one person over a long period of time. And sometimes for your whole life. That relationship keeps giving. It is the relationship that keeps giving. It's that gift that keeps giving. Now, you call those soulmates, twin flames, whatever. But those type of relationships, I tend to recognize are people that are really centered in who they are. They've accepted themselves. They love themselves. And they jump even when no net is visible.
Yeah.
Right? And when you get two people like that, it's going to be white knuckling.
Yeah.
But it's going to be nonstop learning too.
Like that.
A lot of people don't want to learn shit. Like I said, the inverse of learning is responsibility. Fuck responsibility. I need to blame somebody. That's a lot of people. Let me just say this, man. I appreciate the call. Thank you, Pim.
Thanks.
All right, bro. Y'all have a good night.
Yep.
Man, we got some smart callers, man. Let's get a couple more in here. We got line 2. Ryan. I don't know where Ryan is from.
Ryan or something. That's the one I called. He answered. I don't know what he was talking about.
Oh, that was you? This your handwriting?
Yeah,
okay. Ryan, you on the line? What's happening, Pim?
I don't know if his name is Ryan.
Who's on the line 2?
Younger.
Okay.
What did I?
Assalamu alaikum.
Dang.
Line 3, let's go to Nikkei. Nikkei from LA. Nikkei, what's up?
Hey, y'all. How you doing?
What's happening, boo thing? What's your 2 fears? I got to talk like she does. Boo thing.
My first one is fear of commitment. That's my biggest challenge. Even though I've been married and I don't have a problem loving anybody, but if I have to spend 2 or 3 days with you consecutively, I get extreme anxiety. Extreme anxiety. I used to ask my husband, could we please buy a duplex? And you live next door and I live on the other side. Because it would terrify me. Absolutely terrifies me and would make me feel so unsafe.
I'm going to call Dr. Veronica Conway. And Dr. Conway, can you diagnose this crazy girl? I mean, can you diagnose this?
Wait, I'm sorry. I have a problem hearing. Just give me the bottom line again about what she said.
She said she has a fear of being too close for too long. She got proximity fears. She was like, asked her husband, could he buy a duplex so he could live next door, so he can come visit every now and again.
All right. So do you want me to go on and actually coach right now?
Yes, please. Go deeper. Nikkei.
Are you still there? Is she still there?
She's not there,
She
but
just
she can,
dropped.
yeah, she can still hear you though.
But she can hear you.
I don't believe in coaching without interaction, so I will do my best.
She gonna call back.
I don't think you tell people when you coach. I think you have to ask when you coach. So, a couple of things. I think that so this is true for her, it's true for all of us. Is that there is typically, if we have a fear or either a limiting belief or an inner conflict, then we typically have had a wound from our childhood between the ages of 0 and 7. We made a decision that we couldn't be intimate. And we don't imagine it that it happened back then because we grow up and we think, I'm making that decision as an adult. But it usually gets formulated in these early years, and then we filter to collect evidence for that initial wound. We actually look at our lives through the lens of this, I'm not lovable, or I can't be intimate, or I can't be in a relationship, or I can't make money, or whatever. And whatever we do around that, then we tend to only look for evidence that supports that idea. So I'm going to say that at some point, she had a traumatic experience that proved that intimacy was difficult or dangerous, and she began to filter and collect evidence for that idea. Now, she may have experienced things where intimacy wasn't dangerous, but she didn't actually collect those as ideas. It's the reason that we as Black people are so suffering from the identity of Black, because it has so much negativity built into it that we sit here and we are so identified with Black is dysfunctional and Black women are fucked up and Black men ain't shit and da-da-da-da. Like, we're so identified with it. We don't know it's the water in which we swim. So we filter for everything in our lives as Black people, acting as though all the messages that we've been given are true.
Wow.
And we only look for the messages that reinforce the original idea. So with every dysfunction, there's an original idea.
That's ugly. Ooh. With every dysfunction, there is an original idea. And I would just up-level it a taste and say there's an impetus. Something triggered that shit. You got to go back to the site of the trigger. Just like a ghost.
Correct.
This motherfucker dragging chains in your heart.
There's an event. Correct.
If I can say something really quickly, because there's a couple of points that I want to hit, so I'm going to try to make it fast. The Bible says, so a man thinketh, so is he. And I
Hosea 4.
Sorry. You got my back. I appreciate that. So what I think is...
Biblical proficiency. Yes.
Because I was having a conversation the other day with a guy who was saying, it feels like I can never get ahead no matter what. It seems like, the Black man's always being held down. I can go into a job interview, and before I even open my mouth, it's like, I'm not sure if, this is the right job for you. And I told him, look, when you go into anything, already prayed up, ask God, hey, is this what you have for me? Then you shouldn't walk in that authority that... It's not even that someone has to give it to me. It's already mine, because what is mine, no one can take it away. And something that Rod from Florida was talking about, and I wanted to just comment on really quick. I feel like sometimes we go into relationships thinking that person has to give to us. But when you can acknowledge that, what if I'm in this relationship to give to that person? And I think that sometimes you feel like you're entitled to getting something out of a relationship when... In any relationship, you're either a giver or a taker. Realize who you are in that relationship, so that if you are a giver, you can give in an abundance of love. And then when dealing with love, if you don't know who love is, and for me, spiritually, that's a big aspect of my life. And so with that, I know God to be love.
Hold the vocal shot.
Keep going.
Oh, sorry.
It's like, thing.
I know God to be love. And once I know who God is, God, he knows me better than I know myself. So whatever you feel like leads you, and you understand, we were all created past our mother and our father. Something had to be of substance before we could even be created. And so for me, if I know who God is, I'm going to get to, hey, God, I need you to show me, because the things that I desire that aren't like you, you know, I don't want them. I don't want them anymore. And so sometimes we get into relationships looking for a certain type of love, but all we're doing is putting unrealistic expectations on people to show us the love that we're yearning for.
I can smoke a bag of that.
That was Wednesday's show, though. we already talked about that
I
on
can smoke
Wednesday.
a bag of that.
I like that.
So
that's what most people are doing, though. People are dating expectations.
Yeah.
They're dating coping mechanisms. They're not really
But
dating
they don't
people.
know what true love is. It's just that a desire that they're looking for, and it's love in wrong places.
Rita?
I was just thinking that,
just walking down.
you know, like I said, I think in the interaction, we get distracted by so many of the small things and overlooking the big things that we're like supposed to get out of situations. And so many times we think it's about the other person or what they're not doing or what they are doing that's fucking up what we want or whatever. But it's always about you and what's being developed in you by dealing with that. And so you have to kind of like be bigger than those little things. You can't let
small is comfortable though.
Exactly, but
big is uncomfortable.
But you have to make sure
comfortable.
those things aren't big enough to make you petty and overlook what.
Listen, you saying some powerful shit. Now watch how I flip it back around.
Flippity dippity.
Flippity dippity. For most people, petty is powerful. For most people, because being petty it's a verb, it's an action. I'm doing something, and this is affecting them, and I'm getting something. What's your payoff? This is my Dr. Phil. What's your payoff? Petty has a payoff. Petty has power for a lot of people, and a lot of people love being petty LaBelle because they're getting something from it. So when you say be bigger than what you are, remember, what a person is has borders. And borders feel safe. So when you talk about getting outside of your comfort zone, the motherfuckers is hella comfortable in petty world.
But I'm saying to that person, you know, I'm not going to be it with them. You're not big enough to make me be petty.
But see, I smoke a whole ounce of that.
Whoop.
But remember, you know how many fucking bullshit justifications, excuses, and reasons people will make? So when you guys separate, they'll be like, well, that's your fault. And and this is how motherfuckers get along to the next fucking situation.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but this is how the average person gets down. Veronica, don't make me bite you through this damn ring. Don't do it.
Spray some unicorn juice on this.
Right. There it is. Sprinkle us.
I'm gonna say two things. I have been really blessed to serve mostly Black people throughout my career.
Oh my God.
I've served Black people, and what I will say, I've served executives, I've served tourists, I've served bus drivers or tank drivers that were running big rigs for Chevron. I've served Black people. And I've served other cultures, but what I will say is that that what I've witnessed is that if you create a safe space for Black people, then you meet the most aspirational, most powerful, most loving, most self-loving, best of them. It's only because we've been put in environments we don't get to do self-love that we become these caricatures of humanity when we are the original humans. I'll say that. The other thing I'm going to say, I did an interview with Yama Van Zant recently, and she talks about this idea of walls versus boundaries. So the wall is going to keep everybody out. It keeps all the good out. It keeps all the everything out, and we do it as protection. And we build these walls, but boundaries is a conscious, intentional act to protect what is most precious inside of us. And it's two different things. And so one of the things that we experience in our community is that we have been so under assault that we experience walls and not boundaries. And here's the thing, because we've been taught by the dominant culture, we perpetuate it at the individual level. It's been so conditioned into us to hate one another and to and to marginalize one another and to call each other bitches and niggas and whatever we do. And the music has done it. We are so conditioned to do that, to protect ourselves, that we can't find a way to actually reach out and love each other because we're so calcified in this identity.
Let me just come back.
Black hatred.
Let me just come back as the defense attorney for common niggas. Again, common people. When I say niggas, I mean white people, Asians. It's their word now too, Hip hop has made nigga everybody's word. Right? So, common motherfuckers, I have to defend them in this case. All of the stuff you're talking about is a way of life for commonality, for mediocrity, right?
I understand that.
Hold on.
I understand that.
Hold on, Veronica. Just relax. I'm not disagreeing with you, love. I'm in 100% alignment. But what I like to do is bring it back, bring the perspective back, and then juxtapose the two concepts. Because a lot of people have never seen outside of that wall you were talking about. So even to hear you speak that way, there's a fear that wells up right there. Like, oh, shit, there's something outside of this wall. There's snakes out there this big. So now,
let me respond.
Hold on, baby boo. So now what I want you to do is to build a bridge from the inside of the wall. Like there must be like a passageway to where one can incrementally walk from one side to the other. Because for a lot of people, when you just say it, there's a shock that comes along with it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I get that.
So now you can speak on that.
So I want to preface it by saying just very briefly why I know that this is true, besides my own life experience. I did work where I trained financial coaches in the toughest cities in America. We trained coaches, financial coaches, money coaches, to help kids in Bon Secours. We went there and we had to go in a fucking bulletproof car because it was so shitty and crazy in Baltimore. And we trained financial coaches to create a completely different level of expectation. These kids and adults had never been out of a 5 radius block of Baltimore. And we went in and we changed them. But how did we do it? We trained the coaches, and then we trained them to create a new language, a new level of accountability in those communities. We did that in 20 cities all over the country. They built studies against what we did. So here's what I'm saying. It's proven that it's been done. We proved it. We went into the nonprofit, philanthropic world, and we proved it. So here's what I would say that what I learned from that experience of designing and delivering that level of transformation in the toughest cities in America. What I would say is that part of what has to happen is that people have to actually level up in their expectations. They have to level up, not level down. In other words, cynicism is the greatest enemy to our community, because we get so cynical and we go, we've been burned so many times, we've been so wounded, we've been so horrible, so I'm going to put a veneer of cynicism so I can protect myself as a belief system from anything that will come in that's new, because I'm afraid to believe in the power of my possibility. You're not disbelieving in what's new. You're just believing in yourself because you have failed too many times to experience it.
Right.
That's the first thing.
Right. So listen, we got to take a quick break. Then we're going to come back. We're going to do some callers.
Okay.
There's a book you should get. You know, I like to go into my little library of books. There's a book we should all get. I gave it to my son when he was in the 10th grade, right? The book is called The 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class. The
Great
thought,
book.
Right. The thought
I
process.
know that guy.
It's an excellent book, right? The thought process, habits, and philosophies of the great ones, Steve Seibold. Right? It's a very important book, and the reason being is because people who are extraordinary, right? It's almost like the part of the brain that registers fear is like fucking retarded or turned off or damaged or something. Right? And they tend to live hella fulfilling lives because they embrace the challenge of the unknown. The way we're socialized in America is really simple, right? It's really fucking simple. Fear is a motivation, is a motivator to keep you in a lockstep kind of docile, do what you need to do to get by type shit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you like this. You can't be a mercenary in business and a true lover in your relationships. You can't, right? All of this shit is related, right? Yeah. So there's certain things you have to learn in order to make these relationships cool. Like if you're fearless in business, but fearful in relationship, that conflict is going to manifest itself, right? It's going to manifest itself across the board. Maybe what you're terming fearlessness in business is really fear, which makes you greedy, which makes you selfish, and all of the other things that come along with it. So look, we're going to take a quick break. DJ Julian Ramirez is going to hit us off with another quick mix. I'm going to come back. I'm going to get to the homies that are on the line right now because we got 2 heavy hitters on the line. I got to talk to them before it's all done. Dude, this show is crazy. We'll be back at 2.2 Hot Button Radio - Voice of Reason.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Listen, man. You can't be scared.
Nah.
Your comfort zone is where trust lives. Right? I'm just going to tell you. To me, you guys can disagree. I'm open for disagreements. Trust is an impediment to freedom, to creativity.
Yeah. Oh.
Now, trust as a word, you can put it in different contexts. Trust the unknown. See, that fucks a nigga up right there. Right? That just throws a whole nother curveball.
We'll be good.
Right? But a lot of people, spiritually, this is what meditation is about. Sometimes meditation is not about asking. It's not about framing. It's nothing. Right? The Hindus called it no mind. The state of no mind.
Just turn that thing off.
Women don't have that.
But see, and therein lies, this is why a lot of this stuff is geared towards women, because women are the manifestors of relationship. And if you got a lot of emotional, physical, psychological, traumatic debris in your thought process, like we said in previous shows, whether the thought is positive or negative, it's still creative. It's still creating something. So it's about challenging fear so you can understand their impact on you. It's about challenging belief systems so you can understand or even see, right, like what they're creating. A lot of people don't even know what they're building.
Nope. Just trust it.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I look at people like a fucking computer.
Okay.
I hear somebody talking some shit, I'll be like, ooh, damn, there's some shit that's unresolved.
Heard of that.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't hear you say you love me.
Oh, you insecure ass.
I say you need that? Are you aware of your own self-love? Right? Like the things people make important, a lot of times is connected to fear.
Yeah. I always say you don't even need to really have a conversation with somebody if you're really just paying attention to what they're saying and how they say it. You can read, like Miss Lip said it too. She said that's one of her fears is losing her ability to read people like that.
No, Miss Lip said one of her fears is having a dry pussy.
Oh, that's the one.
Miss Lip said she wanted to be like her 80-year-old grandmama with a wet pussy at 8.
When she said skills, I ain't gonna lie. When she said skills, I'm thinking,
Can you imagine?
Like, I thought she meant like dick sucking skills. Is she gonna lose her skills?
No, she was talking about her ability to discern.
Well, so that's what I was saying is the same thing.
Can you imagine?
No.
Fucking an 80-year-old?
No.
Corey Holcomb has a term for it.
What does he call it?
He was like, with an elderly woman, you can't smash that. You can't be like,
you got hip surgery money, bruh?
Yeah. He said because they got osteoporosis.
You got all kinds of stuff.
So he coined a new term.
What's that?
You gotta soft pound it.
I can't. Ew. It's like when you go to handshake somebody you don't know, you just soft pound them.
It's a soft pound.
And you don't know if they're gonna bump your fist. Hilarious. Oh, gosh, Grandma. No.
I'm disrespectful. I'm sorry, but what if she one of them like fit grandmamas? Who saw that old lady?
Jada's mama.
Weightlifter.
Yeah, the 70-year-old weightlifter.
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't
Jada Pinkett's mama, soft pounded. Jada Pinkett's mama look like she can take at least medium pounded.
Hey, she's looking good. I was like, this is crazy.
No, we disrespectful right now. Let me stop.
Okay.
Let's get Indy on the line. Line 3, Ronan in the building. Speak on it, homeboy. What are your top 2 fears? I know you scared of something, nigga. You too smart to not be scared. Go ahead.
My 2 fears are waking up creatively sterile, and the other one is taking my. The other part is taking my last breath full of myself versus dying empty of everything.
Okay. This nigga.
That's some unicorn shit. What is that?
This nigga's a poet. Nigga,
That was real poetic.
Ronan, he's poetic Justin.
Right. Thanks for the sonnet, nigga. What the fuck is going on?
Just shoot right over me like, what the hell? Okay.
Taking a deep breath full of myself. What? Was that some
How do you do
self-fellatio going on?
That's some
I don't know.
Yoga.
This shit done went back.
That's some yoga. That's some extra.
The last part I said was like taking my last breath full of myself and doubt versus dying empty. Like I've done everything I need to do.
No, I get it. Nigga.
He said you gonna get this.
Hold on, I got
you
it.
gonna
You
get
didn't have to translate.
We got it.
I just like fucking with you, man. Shit.
It's Friday.
No, that's good shit, man. Ronan, we appreciate the call. We winding down the show. But it couldn't be a show without Ronan.
No, I was gonna say, where is he?
He here.
He here.
We about to get the other homie in here too. Good looking, Ronan. Thanks for the call, man.
Thanks, Ronan.
Let's get line 2 in the building. Red.
Oh, Rojo.
Speak on it, Red. What are your top 2 fears, Pimp?
I'm still searching for them, though.
I knew it.
I
knew it. Did you know this?
Somebody play the soundtrack to Thor. This motherfucker's a god in here. You gotta play some god music.
I'm looking for my fear.
Heimdall, open the Bifrost.
I already knew it. I read
don't
that.
even know.
Speak on it, Pimp.
don't even know.
Talk to us, Red.
Well, what we all are talking about is the powers that be have actually created an assault on the black woman on the planet.
Say more.
It seems that if it's on men are the guardians and the protectors of love. Women are the manifestors of love. So when we come to realize that, what's going on in today's society, if we're working in that position as the guardians, we protect our women so that they don't have to deal with the everyday struggles. And at the same time, we burn off each other's fears in lovemaking. So when you're doing that, at the same time, what you have to understand is if you are not protecting your women, you get no surrender from your woman.
Well, hold on. He should have called in early. Are you telling me brothers are afraid to protect their woman? Or unaware that they need to protect their woman in order to get what they need from their women? Go deeper!
Well, what men, a lot of brothers might get upset with me, but really I don't give a fuck. But
speak on it, Pimp!
Men are undeveloped women. That's why we have a Y chromosome.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, that is no, because everybody starts out, and then you either get
I'm about
bald.
to take his Thor music from him now. Goddamn it! No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, finish your point, man. I want to hear this.
Love it, right?
What it is you got to understand that the black woman is the most powerful creature on the planet. We are undeveloped. What we rely on is respect and appreciation. That's all we really want from our woman. It's not even necessarily sex.
Yep.
So when you take that away and you strip that from the man, he goes into an emotional state, and his fears are, the real fear is having an uncontrollable woman, when in fact women are being controlled by everyday issues and craziness and circumstances in society as we speak. That's why women hold on to religion and these beliefs, and these escapes that are not real. As a man, if you can get to a place where you are spiritually enlightened enough to not want and not need, everything that you want and need will be brought to you by the universe.
Real life.
Man,
That's what it is.
That's some real shit. Leave it to Red.
Wow.
See, Red, I'm starting to see a pattern here. See, what Red does is wait.
He's hovering.
He waits.
And drops the mic.
Red waits like towards the last 6 minutes of the show, then calls in. He gets his fucking show dismount on. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, he just gold medaled himself.
He stuck the landing.
No, man, I appreciate it.
Wow,
Thanks so much for the call. Let me do this really quickly while we have 4 minutes remaining. I want to get a 30-second summation from everybody. How do you get outside of that damn comfort zone? How do you embrace the unknown? Right? I done gave one book, but I'm going to give another in mine. Whitney, 30 seconds.
What's up, guys? Well, honestly, I guess I'm on the journey of doing this in the love section of my life. But as far as career-wise and things that I've been doing, you just have to do it. It's really like Nike. Just do it. I'm down with the fear of the unknown. I've literally, me just being here is a testament of it actually does work out in your favor. So like our guy Red said at the end, just trust in yourself.
I like it.
Or something like that. Holla at your girl on Instagram, at Miss Taber. I'll holla at y'all in a few weeks.
Little chocolate cousin. I'm not going to call you by your name now.
Yeah, everybody gets a name, so
it's fine. Cool. I think that, with growth, it's always uncomfortable. So just know that if you start to feel uncomfortable where you are, acknowledge that it's time for you to grow and acknowledge that it's time for you to only achieve something greater in life. And so don't run away from the uncomfortable feeling, but just accept it, acknowledge it, and be bold in who you are and know that, hey, if I die today, I died in all that I could possibly be and at my full potential. And I think that's how you kind of deal with it.
I can smoke a bag of that. Rita?
Short and sweet. The only way out is through. Got to go through it. Can't get around it, under it, over it. You got to go through.
Oh, shit, Michael Jackson. Want to be starting something.
Holla at Y'all can holla at me at The Real Rita G on Twitter. And as far as getting outside of the freedom from whatever, I'm going to recommend your favorite book, Freedom from the Known, J. Krishnamurti. Did you already talk about it today?
I was about to recommend it. No.
Oh, okay.
But that's good.
Yeah. I've read it. And
that's a real book. Upside your dome piece. Veronica?
I'm going to say that a comfort zone that you haven't confronted is a comfort zone that you maintain. And so confrontation is your friend. I know we don't think of it that way, but it is the truth of if we confront the pain, then we get to experience the relief. I am putting Black Mastery on sale this month. If you actually want to experience what it actually means to confront those comfort zones for Black people, go to blackmastery.com and check it out.
Great show.
Great show.
I love doing this kind of shit.
This is dope.
Entertaining, funny, all that, ratchet,
Wow.
but also insightful. And rest in peace, Maurice White. Thank you for the great music, inspirational music, and the homework. Go find the lyrics to Fantasy. 1974, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I got love for y'all. It's Friday. I'm going to holla at y'all next week, Monday, with another heater topic. The voice of reason on Hot Button Radio, Dash Radio. We out. Julian Ramirez, take us.